The craziest 15 minutes I've ever seen and been a part of in football. And I've been doing this for a long time as a player and also as a coach. And so it was strange, man. We throw a pick for a touchdown and then we come right back and we driving the football and I'm trying to answer that mistake with our offense and they knocked the ball out the quarterback hand and again that's another turnover that turns into points and so when you look at three back-to-back turnovers, that's going to get you beat every time in a playoff type football game like that was. And that's us. We got to learn. We got to learn in them spots that man, it's heavyweight championship bout, and you cannot let your guard down, or you would get knocked out in the 15th round, and that's what happened.
First question this afternoon from Chris Clark. Good afternoon, Chris.
Good afternoon. Good to see you again there, Coach Minner.
Yes, sir.
Apologize for my voice here. Let me ask you about flushing all that and facing a squad like UNC. The turn to get rid of what happened in that fourth quarter. What do you tell your guys to get ready to not just face them, but to go into Chapel Hill against a squad that many were looking at as a playoff, football caliber here coming up, Coach?
Well, they upset, man. They lost 2 games in a row. And they no longer in that conversation. And so I'm sure everybody in that locker room and in that building is pretty upset. So this is not how I drew it up. So I didn't draw up that fourth quarter, and I didn't draw up the fact that these guys will be coming in here on a 2-game losing streak to be upset. So it's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be tough. We know that. We know what this game is about, and we're gonna go in there and compete, and we're looking forward to it.
Wanted to also follow up with that, if I could, about your impressions of some of the players. One in particular, the guy that they got under center. Does he remind you of anybody that you faced this year in the league, or that you've seen before in Drake May?
Drake is, I met the kid when he was in high school, and he was over there with Moose's son, and so I got a chance to meet. He was a grown dude in high school, man. I said this guy's gonna be really, really good. Whoever gets him, and he just poised. He comes from a family full of athletes that have done it at a high level and so you can tell he's been groomed for all the moments. He's cool, he collected, and I don't think anything is gonna, bother the kid. So to me, he remind me of the LSU guy who went to Cincinnati. His poise and confidence, and he makes everybody else better. Okay. And so, that's what you look at when you're looking at great quarterbacks, man. You look at poise and confidence, and he has that.
I don't know if he's smoking cigars like Joe Burrow, but I understand. Pretty good that he's not. What have these last 2 games shown you? Possible problems and issues. Not that Chiswick and Coach Brown and those guys aren't trying to shore those up immediately, but they basically shown they aren't perfect. Anything in there that you can take advantage of possibly before they clean it up?
No, it's nothing you can take advantage of, man. These guys, they who they are, okay. And when you have veteran coaches like Coach Brown and Cheswick, man, you're just gonna be who you are. You're not gonna change. You're not gonna become something different. And so every time you turn on the film, every game, the defense they gonna play 2 or 3 things, and you're gonna have to beat them. And the last 2 weeks, they was able to win a one-on-one battles. And really, that's really what it comes down to football. It comes down to one-on-one battles, and Georgia Tech was able to do that, and come up with a big win. And same thing with Virginia. They was able to do the same thing, win a one-on-one battles, and outscore them because Carolina gonna score points, and you're gonna have to outscore them to beat them, and they was able to do that.
More question about one of their guys before I ask you about a couple of yours there down there, Bowie's Creek. As a running back, they got named Marion Hampton. You might be kind of familiar with, and a kid from our region there. What has he shown you at a young age? Because not bad at stepping into the big moment.
No, I mean this kid can play, man, but he wouldn't have got a offer from North Carolina if he couldn't, you know, make it happen from a running back standpoint. So he's tough, he's quick, and he gonna make people miss, man. And when you got a running back like that and a quarterback the way you have, and then number 9 that just got eligible to play, that puts a lot of stress on the defense. So it makes sense to me that they've put up, not less than 31 points a game. And so that's a big time challenge for our defense to be able to slow these guys down, man. Because if they getting open, they gonna be gone. So we have to tackle well, and that's really what the game come down to. Can you tackle these guys in space when you get your opportunity? Because you will, and it's going to be a one-on-one tackle. We have to do that around 85 to 90 times throughout the game.
I could transition over to a couple of your guys here and ask you about number one, not just Haj, because he's been putting it on tape. And I remember you saying that before a lot of people. You were the first guy I heard say that, put it on tape, put it on tape. But what does it mean for him to be able to play at UNC and to put his skills on tape for anybody looking at him? Because that's big.
Oh, it's huge. I mean, you're talking about a Power 5 program, and how are you going to come out and overcome that fourth quarter? Because he had a bad fourth quarter. And as you trying to win CAA games, man, and compete at the highest level with the toughest teams in this conference, your quarterback got to play, he got to play flawless in the fourth quarter. That's money time. And so what he has to do, he's got to bounce back from that. And if he does do that and, show the greatness that he has against Carolina, that would speak volumes of the type of person he is and leader he is to be able to bounce back from that and perform at a high level on a big stage for us against a Power 5 ACC school.
And they're kind of the same thing. I'm not going to run down the list of all the guys on that defense, but to be able to put a lid on an offense like UNC, what would it mean to the guys at the next level looking at those players down at Bowie's Creek in the NFL to be able to hold down an offense like that?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's going to take all 22 guys that we have suiting up on defense to do that. And I don't think it's going to be, predicated on one individual to be able to stop that offense. And really what I told everybody is this, man. They've played, 8, 9 FBS teams, and not one of them defenses, not one of them have held them under 30 points. So, let's keep it in perspective of what we trying to do, against this football team, man. And I told my guys, it's just really about playing sound football. If you can tackle well, I don't care who you playing. If you can tackle well, then you'll have a chance to slow down any offense.
Really appreciate your time. I'll catch up with you Saturday. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Mike, until that fourth quarter where Richmond was able to cash in on some of those turnovers that you spoke about, how did you feel like your guys played?
Well, you know what? Defensively, we played well.
Yeah.
To be in the game 16-13, they did a great job of shutting down our offense. And it hasn't been anybody this year able to slow us down quite like that. And so it was a heavyweight fight, man. I was telling our guys, listen, this is really what a playoff game feel like And I was telling these guys at halftime, like, so don't think that you're supposed to be up by 21, up by 14. No, this is what it feels like. So now we just got to go out there in the second half and continue to play smart, tough, physical football. And we was able to do that in the third. And then the fourth quarter came, and it was like the dam broke, and man, all the water flooded the house, and so that was something that, man, I've been around this game a long time. That's never happened to me, nor one of my teams to basically give up 28 points in the fourth quarter off of 3 turnovers. And it's your best player on your team that's making these mistakes. So, man, you got to give Richmond a lot of credit. I love that football team. I love how they play. I love the toughness of their football team. And we got to learn a lot about how to prepare for 4 quarters when playing teams like that.